In this video, we are going to examine the blueprints of beliefs that confine us and the keys that have been in our pocket all along. So, settle in, get comfortable, and prepare to question everything you think you know about what's possible. Tonight, you'll be staying in the room you've always lived in. The one with walls made of other people's opinions and floors built from yesterday's failures. But perhaps, just perhaps, you'll discover the door was never locked. Let's begin. And as always, we hope you find what you're looking for. It's 6:47 a.m. The alarm cuts through your sleep like it always does. Sharp, insistent, final. You reach for your phone before your feet touch the floor. The same scroll, the same faces living lives that seem effortlessly better than yours. Success stories that feel like accusations. Dreams that other people turned into reality while yours collected dust. You swing your legs out of bed. The floor is cold, not from winter, just the kind of cold that seeps in when you've stopped believing in warmth. In the bathroom mirror, you practice the same conversation you've been having for years. The one where you explain why you haven't started yet, why you're not ready, why someone like you doesn't get to want things like that. The words feel rehearsed now, comfortable, like a favorite shirt that's too small but you keep wearing it anyway because it's familiar. You brush your teeth with the same mechanical precision. Same toothpaste, same routine, same person staring back at you, asking the same question you never answer. When did I decide this was enough? But today, something shifts. Maybe it's the light. Maybe it's exhaustion. Maybe it's just time. Today, you notice the conversation. Really notice it. The way your mind automatically reaches for reasons why not. The way impossible feels more natural than maybe. You lean closer to the mirror, close enough to see the person you were before you learned to be small. Your car knows the route by heart. Past the coffee shop you've always wanted to visit but never do. Past the building where your dream job probably exists behind windows you've never looked through. The radio plays the same songs. Traffic moves at the same pace. But something in you is different now. Alert. Like you're seeing your own life from the outside. At the red light, you catch yourself calculating. How many mornings like this have you lived? How many times have you driven past possibility without even slowing down? The light turns green. Cars move forward, including yours. But for the first time in years, you're not just following, you're choosing. Even if it's the same choice as yesterday, you're conscious of making it. That's where it starts. Not with revolution, with recognition. The voice that's been narrating your limitations doesn't sound like you anymore. It sounds like everyone who ever said you couldn't. Every teacher who didn't see potential. Every parent who chose safety over dreams. Every friend who needed you to stay small so they could feel big. You realize you've been carrying their opinions like luggage. Heavy, unnecessary, someone else's. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead with the enthusiasm of trapped insects. The same desk, the same tasks, the same quiet desperation dressed up as routine. But today, you're conducting an experiment. You're watching your thoughts like a scientist, documenting the patterns, taking notes on your own limitations. Thought: I could never start my own business. Source: your father, who tried once and failed spectacularly. Age of belief: 15 years. Evidence supporting, none recent. Evidence contradicting. The 3 successful businesses started by people with less experience than you. Thought: I'm not creative enough. Source: art class, 7th grade. Mrs. Henderson said your painting looked confused. Age of belief: 22 years. Evidence supporting: you stopped trying after that. Evidence contradicting: the idea you had last month that you dismissed before writing it down. The pattern becomes clear. Your limitations aren't facts, they're inherited opinions. Hand-me-down beliefs that never fit you properly. Lunchtime arrives, you sit in your car instead of the break room, not to escape, to experiment. You take out your phone and do something you've never done. You research the thing you've always wanted to try, not to plan, just to see. The information surprises you. It's not as impossible as you thought, not as expensive, not as complicated, not as exclusive. The gap between here and there is smaller than the gap between never and someday. Walking back to the office, you notice something peculiar. The building looks the same. The people look the same. But the weight feels different. Not lighter exactly, just less permanent. You've been treating your beliefs like walls when they're actually just curtains. Heavy ones, dark ones, but still just fabric you can pull aside. The afternoon passes differently. When your manager dismisses your idea, you don't internalize it, you categorize it. One person's opinion, filed under data points that don't define me. When your coworker mentions their weekend plans, something adventurous, something you'd never consider, you don't automatically think, I could never do that. You think, I've never done that. Different words, different worlds. The day ends not with exhaustion, but with curiosity. You drive home by a different route, not because you're lost, because you can. Dinner tastes different when you're not eating it on autopilot. The same food, the same kitchen, but you're present now, aware. You sit at your laptop after dinner, not to scroll mindlessly through other people's lives, but to write down 3 things. 1. One belief you've been carrying that isn't yours. 2. One small action you could take tomorrow. 3. One person who succeeded at something you thought was impossible. The list is short. The impact is enormous. You realize limiting beliefs aren't broken all at once. They're dissolved gradually, like sugar in water, stirred slowly until what once seemed solid becomes transparent. You don't need to demolish the prison. You just need to notice the door has been unlocked this whole time. Sleep comes differently tonight, not as escape from the day, but as preparation for tomorrow. In the darkness behind your eyelids, you see the shape of new possibilities, not grand transformations, just small adjustments to the story you tell yourself. Instead of, I can't, you practice, I haven't yet. Instead of, I'm not the type of person who, you whisper, I'm becoming the type of person who. Instead of, it's too late, you breathe, it's time. The words feel foreign at first, like speaking a language you've forgotten. But language returns with practice. Your dreams, when they come, are different too. Expansive, curious, unafraid. In them, you're not the person who settled. You're the person who started. 6:47 a.m. Arrives again. The same alarm, the same bed, the same mirror. But something fundamental has shifted. The person looking back at you isn't carrying as many opinions that aren't theirs. You brush your teeth with intention. Get dressed with purpose. Not because today will be revolutionary, because today will be conscious. The limiting beliefs are still there. They don't vanish overnight. But now, you see them for what they are. Temporary residents in a space you own. You can ask them to leave any time you want. And maybe, just maybe, today you will. The drive to work follows the same route. But you're not the same person taking it. You're the one who noticed the prison was unlocked. The one who realized that freedom isn't about changing your circumstances. It's about changing your relationship with them. The radio plays, traffic moves, life continues. But you've broken free from the most persistent limitation of all, the belief that you can't break free. Welcome to the other side. The air here tastes like possibility. Remember, limiting beliefs aren't demolished in a day. They're dissolved through awareness, questioned through curiosity, replaced through practice. Your prison was always unlocked. You just forgot how to turn the handle. Until next time, may you treat your beliefs as suggestions, not sentences. And may you remember that the person you're becoming has always been waiting patiently for you to begin. Sweet dreams and sweeter awakenings.